Alright, so let's get these metal bands finished here. And before I do that, I want to add a bit more noise to these planks here. 0.075. Alright, so I set to 0.075 on the X and Y and 0.05 on the Z for the main barrel. Alright, and these metal bands, um, hmm, this might be a little tricky just to get to like look right and bake right, but I'm gonna try. Basically, just gonna rip it here, pull it back a little bit. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna subdivide it twice along here so we get some geometry. I'm just gonna use my knife tool to cut into this a little. And I'm gonna drag it a bit just to try and get like a bit of a curve there. And now I'm gonna do that with this side. I'm gonna subdivide it twice. Gonna turn off that. I'm gonna pull it back to here. I'm gonna push that back. And now I'm going to cut. All right, I think that's good. Yep. Yeah, glad I thought of that before that went too far. Gotta be careful I'm not picking on things from behind here. Dissolve, no, dissolve vert, dissolve vert, dissolve vert, merge it last. That should be all good now. Probably need to work this mode a bit more so I'm not accidentally grabbing things through the mesh here. Alright, so I want to get this and I want to pull it out a little with proportional editing on. Okay. Now what I want to do basically is I just want to grab this. Now, really, I just kind of want to pull it like way over here. Rotate it on the Z a little. Now I'm gonna add some loop cuts in. Just move those back a bit on the X. Alright, I'm gonna go back into X-ray. Kind of rotate that out. So that works. And I know this doesn't look like it's correct at all right now. But yeah, just 1 second. Gonna duplicate that. And what we really need to do here is, we like this general position. So we're going to apply our shrink wrap. Now we have to come in here to the mesh. And we need to come in and just move this out. We just need to get this off of the other one. All right. And I think I'm probably gonna raise it up a little on the Z here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say that's not too bad. That looks maybe a little funny, but I'm kind of tempted to. I think it'll be okay. That's basically our plan for all of this. So we are going to kind of have to manually adjust that lip for every one of our metal bands that we put on. I would just duplicate this, but it won't fit correctly without the shrink wrap. So I think we're going to save more time using shrink wrap than duplicating one where we've closed the lip. All right. And I think I'm just gonna like move these around, try to get a bit of some variation going on here. Like, I think that's probably fine. I think this will look good. And then we'll put some little bolts on here in a second. All right. So that looks pretty good. All right, real quick, I just wanted to add a bit of an interjection here because when I'm going to apply all these shrink wraps, what I should have done first is slide all these edges along to kind of the sides of the planks here, like with Shift V. Because if they're like here, I mean, you see it digs into the wood. But if it's over here, it puts like the anchor point right here, and so it does not dig into the wood, which I think is ideal. The other thing I didn't really do is UV these buttons. So all you need to do to UV these is come around here to this back loop, not the very back, but the one right behind, like on the middle, and just mark seam right there. So if we unwrap this, we end up with two islands like this, and that's what we want. All right, that's it. Hopefully, it should come out looking pretty good. I think this looks pretty good. So now we will carry on. I'm going to apply the shrink wrap now. Come into here. It's gonna be a little tricky just getting the piece we want out. Maybe not that hard actually. It's not that much geometry there. But I'm gonna pull that out kind of considerably. Place these two. Go into edge mode. Pull that out. I'm gonna focus this geometry because I'm gonna need to get in close to get this right. Suppose also going to need to move it up a bit. Move it up. Move it down. And I want it close, but not necessarily touching. Because the plan is to try to get away with a very small sort of trace distance, or I'm not quite sure what the name for it is, but kind of the distance of the rays Substance Painter uses to bake. So I want to avoid any bleeding in the baked maps. But I also kind of want this to be one piece, but if that doesn't work, if we just get too much bleeding, well, we'll see. We'll see. We might have to make this a two-piece strap here. We might have to, or maybe we'll just put a lattice face. But I kind of don't want to do that. That doesn't seem very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna say that one. That one's good now. Alright, I'm gonna try and scale this in and see if that straightens it up a bit. Whoa, yeah. Glad I checked that. Alright. That's probably good. So apply shrink wrap. And now we gotta pry this piece off it. And I'm going to make sure I'm cutting the right thing, actually. That actually looks like it's about in the right place. Put those there. Whoops. Gotta grab that. And I need to turn off X-ray so I can really see what I'm actually doing here. So let's bring this down. That, that looks good. I think this just needs to come out a little. And down. And bring that down. Just want to make sure we get this right. Okay, that looks good. Probably drag this out a little bit more. I want a gap. Not a big gap, but a gap. I think I'll slide that down here actually. Okay. Alright, yep. Mm, this looks a bit off actually. Not sure if I messed this up, but there. Alright, let's come down here now, and we're just gonna do the same. Though actually this video is kinda, I guess this is kinda tedious. I might just do that off camera. I think for now, I'm going to add in the little bolts that are gonna go on these. And for that, we're going to use, I think, a UV sphere. Rotate it 90 on the Y. Shrink it down. Set it to smooth. And I want to come in here and delete. Not quite to the middle, but near it. I just want one row left. And I'm going to shrink that row in. Then I'm going to scale it pretty flat. Okay, should probably have it be a bit bigger than that. Alright. I feel like this is probably a decent size. Hmm. I, hmm. I wonder, would it work if I use, like, our noise texture? Or is it gonna make it too horrible? What about the X, Y, normal, 0.3? That, that just doesn't look right. X, Y? Does that look good? Definitely not that strong. Maybe 0.2. If I put this one on the X. Hmm. I don't know. I think I might try using like proportional editing too, just to come in here and sort of mash it around. Maybe I don't want the noise. Maybe I just want the proportional editing. Think so. Just kind of want to look like it was hammered in here. Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty fine. Hmm. Yeah, I think I want to come around here to the back, grab this, turn off proportional editing, and just pull that back a fair bit. So I want to go into the mesh. Even if it's not perfectly flat on here. Don't want you to be able to see like behind it and around it. I'm not sure if that's actually very helpful or not. Maybe it is. Hmm. All right. So that's these two. Then I'll just duplicate them down. Put these here. Well, maybe not here actually. I think I wanna just place these about a bit sporadically. Again, just to give it a nice touch of realism. Cool, cool. Hmm. All right. But that should basically give you the idea. I think I'm gonna cut cut it short here, and I'll just wrap this up on my own. And we'll carry on in the next one.